Hi, it's Richard. It's day 12 and just getting the second half of my morning walk in. I remember telling somebody I had joined a group fitness program, and that part of the thing I had to do every day was to walk 10,000 steps. And although he wanted to lose some weight, he told me that would be way too many steps per month. And this person is a producer. He's probably on the computer 12 hours a day. I'm an internet marketer. As part of what I do in my work, I run an agency, and I think what's actually more unnatural is that it's become normal that sitting on a computer for 8, 10, 12, 14 hours a day slumped over the computer is the normal. 10,000 steps is basically an hour and a half walk every day, or 2 45-minute walks. That's just healthy to get your body moving. Now, yesterday was a big day, and I was able to get in over 62,000 steps. And I thought I'd break that down, because running a business, taking care of my family, and then getting those steps in on the high step days can be a little bit of a challenge. I got up at 4 a.m. I did a first block of 3 hours, and I got to bed the night before around 9, so I had just enough sleep. I felt okay. And I did that a first route down to Diagonal Pony Club. There's one route that I know that's 3 hours, so it's an hour and a half out and an hour and a half back. I got back home around 7 a.m. Family was still asleep. I came in, everybody started to wake up. I got the lunches ready for the kids, and I cooked myself a breakfast. I took a quick shower, and then around 8, I ran my daughter down to the bus stop and dropped her off at the bus stop. By then I was already dressed in running shoes again, fresh outfit, I was clean, and I had a morning meeting from basically 8:30 to 9:30. I have a client that's in Hawaii, so it's a 12-hour difference from Barcelona. So I took an hour meeting from the cafe, and then right after the cafe I had a cup of coffee there. I walked down to my co-working space, which is down by the water here, and normally I would take a bus, which is about 40 minutes, or a cab, which is 20, but the walk is like 55 minutes. So I walked down, so I got another hour walking in right after that call, and then I sat down at a coffee shop there, and I did 2 solid hours of work, and I was really focused because I knew I needed to be uber productive. I focused on the most important task. I got a sales proposal out. I edited some copy. I replied to some urgent emails with my team and on Slack. And then I stowed my bag in the office. And then I did another 2-hour block of run along the water there. I ran an hour along the water, an hour back. It's a really beautiful run. It was a perfect day. In fact, it was so hot I had to take my shirt off. And then when I came back, I grabbed my bag, and I changed my shirt really fast, and there's a place there called Honest Greens. I had lunch. I got another kind of working lunch meeting of about 45 minutes while I sat and waited for my food and ate. So at that point I had a 3-hour block, I had a 1-hour block, I had a 2-hour block. So I was almost at 6 hours, a little bit over 6 hours of walking. And I think at that point I had clocked 35,000 steps. And it was, I think, 1:15, and then I decided to walk back home, which was an hour walk. So I got another hour. So by the time I hit my home around 3 p.m., I had around 42,000 steps. And my goal was 66,000 steps yesterday. I was a little bit shy of it by about 3,000. I wasn't able to crank in all the hours. So I got home, and I talked a bit with my wife, and sat, and then I went in the office and I did about another 3 hours of work till about 7, of which I took 2 meetings, and I took 3 meetings. I took 2 half-hour meetings and another hour meeting. Now, while I was on those meetings, I jumped on a treadmill for about an hour, so I got an hour there. And then at 7, Monday nights, I've kind of relieved the family duties. So I said a quick hello to my kids who were doing homework and getting ready for bed and stuff. And then I headed back out, and I walked or kind of did a slow shuffle to my gym, which is about 35 minutes. And then at the gym, I jumped on the treadmill, and I took a work meeting there with a client, and I walked part of that on the treadmill, and then I sat and took the remainder of that. And then I finished by coming home. It took me about 45 minutes just to walk home. So that gave me about 62,000 plus steps. That's roughly 34 miles. My body was pretty tired. I was eating kind of small meals continually throughout the day, but it's definitely doable. Now, if I compare when I first started the step challenge with my group, I remember even back then it was hard for me to get the first 12,000 steps or 15,000 steps in, and it was because I wasn't blocking my time very well. And as I've started to add more steps, especially this challenge, it's been really important for me to really manage my time efficiently and to use blocks of time. And sometimes a double tap those blocks. What I mean by double tap is they have dual uses. Either I'm audioing a book, or I'm filming a video like this, or I'm taking a sales call or a client meeting on the phone. I can do a lot of things while walking. I can't do everything while walking. When I write, I like to sit down and just dig in. I can't write and walk, but I can audio. I can dictate walks. And then there's a lot of times where I just need to think through problems creatively. Walking is perfect for that. So that's it. So that's how I got my 62,000 plus steps. That was the largest step number per day. This is day 12. I'm definitely on track. I feel good this morning. I got a good night's sleep. So hope this inspires you. You can kind of block your time out during the day to get the steps in. If you plan it in, especially if you get that early blocking. I talked about that yesterday. If you can get that first morning early blocking and an hour walk in, you've chopped through 7,000 steps. You've walked more than most people are gonna walk their entire day just with that morning block. Okay, bye for now. Talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for following me on the journey.